Good evening, everybody. How are you? I hope you are perfectly well and going on studying for our course. So today we start correcting. You have grammar notebooks, vocabulary, word building for homework. How do we make nouns from verbs in the vocabulary bank in your box? Then we're going to start today's class with a correction of this vocabulary, and after that we're going to move on. How do we write a complaint letter? We were dealing with problems with customer service, problemas que podemos tener con el servicio atención al cliente in different services, diferentes servicios. A company, a shop, for example, an airline company, wherever. So if we have a problem, we have to contact with the customer service. But if it's not helpful, we need to move forwards. We have to take action, and we need to write an email or to write a letter, the former one, in order to complain. Then today we're going to deal with another writing type, that is writing a letter or writing an email in order to complain. So let's start today's class. Here it is, and I'm going to show you this is on page 238. We have to move on vocabulary bank. It was the word building, and you had different verbs. We have achieve, agree, argue, attach, choose, compensate, complain, consider, deliver, demonstrate, explain, fail, improve, lose, manage, pay, respond, sell, serve, succeed, tempt, treat, and value. This vocabulary, these verbs or these nouns, very useful when you write a complaint or when you want to complain about something. Very important. So, three different ways. We have the verbs, and we can make nouns by adding suffix ation, suffix ment, or a new word. And these are the words. Then we have compensation, consideration, demonstration, explanation, temptation, and valuation. Ment, achievement, agreement, argument, attachment, improvement, management, payment, and treatment. And new words, these are new words, no suffixes: choice, complaint, delivery, failure, loss, response, sale, service, and success. This word, if you want to listen, I can listen to the
8.20 Word building. B. Ation.
Compensation, consideration, demonstration, explanation, temptation, valuation.
Ment.
Achievement, agreement, argument, attachment, improvement, management, payment, treatment.
New word.
Choice, complaint, delivery, failure, loss, response, sale, service, success.
So, how was that? You did it well. Yeah. So let's correct the next. Next, these words, the words were in context, and you had 7 different questions. For example, number 1, have you ever been on a demonstration? What were you protesting about? Well, to demonstrate something is that you don't agree about something and you demonstrate. But in noun, to make it nouns, go or to be on a demonstration. Es una manifestación. Manifestas que estás protestando, protesting about something or you don't agree about something. Then it was demonstration. So listen and correct, but I wrote down the correct words here. Listen. At the same time,
8.21. D.
you can say
1.
Have you ever been on a demonstration? What were you protesting about?
2.
Have you ever opened an email attachment that contained a virus?
3.
Do you often have arguments with your family? What about?
4.
Do you prefer reading grammar explanations in your own language, or do you think it's better to read them in English?
5.
Have you ever made a complaint to a company and got compensation?
6.
Do you think that there's too much choice when you're shopping? For example, for a new phone?
7.
In a restaurant, what's more important for you, the food or the service?
so. These words, the vocabulary. I hope that it was perfectly well and very important vocabulary, verbs, now regarding complaining. So, what do you think is the next step? We have the vocabulary, we have the context, and now, today, we're going to deal with how do we write a complaint letter. Well, first of all, if you have a video listening, very interesting, I would recommend you to watch in your Oxford Online. You know that these video listenings in your Oxford Online, you have the listenings, video listenings, and you can watch it as many times as you want, and very interesting. Then, my opinion, I recommend you have a look and at this video listening and deal with these questions. And then, where is the writing? In the writing bank. Then we are going to move on page 194, writing an email of complaint. Complaint, del verbo complain, quejarse. A complaint es una queja. Escribir una queja formal. And today is an email, not a letter. Then an email of complaint. Then write an email of complaint about something you bought online. So, everybody, take your box and go on page 194. An email of complaint, 194. The first step and the explanation. If you are writing an email and complaint, you are going to send the email to a company, to a hotel, to the manager of a shop. Then, what kind of text is it? Formal. It must be a formal writing. So, if it's formal, no contractions. Very important. And very formal vocabulary. So, now, in page 194, you have this picture. You have an example from Chris Mason. Here you have the email to Sandra Adams, and the email and the subject, el tema, complaint, una queja. Then it starts, who are you writing to? ¿A quién va dirigido? Then Sandra Adams, head of department, John Levy's customer service, and you have the address, P.O. Box, Swindon, and the date, May 19th, 2018. Then here you have Who are you writing to? I'm very formal. Very formal. No contractions. What's the problem? That the text has gaps. Faltan palabras. Then you have to read the email and fill in the gaps with these words. Dear, delivered, forward, however, in stock, reference, service, and helpful, yours. I think that the first one is very easy. How can we start a formal letter or a formal email? Dear. The number one is dear. Dear Miss Adams, comma. I know the name of the person. Then I start by dear and the name or surname of the person. Please, now it's time. Pause the video, pareu el video, and do it. Do it on your own. Try to put into context. Because after doing that, you can watch the video and because we are going to correct it. Let's correct. Now read the email and fill in the gaps with a word from the list. And here you have the solution. How do we start? From quién escribe, to a quién va dirigido, email address, and the subject y el tema. At the top on the left, person you are writing to, a quién vas a escribir, Sandra Adams, and the job position, qué cargo tiene, head of department, your device customer service. The address, P.O. Box 908, Swindon, and the date, May the 19th, 2018. And as always, the beginning. Dear Miss Adams, comma, and I start the paragraph on the next. Don't go on, don't write here. You have to start the paragraph here. Then let's correct. Last month, and I have to say the date, on 25th of April, I ordered a coffee machine from your website, order reference, and you have to write the order reference, es referencia del pedido, CE of 437184. Before placing the order, I read the conditions carefully and the item was in stock. Habían bastantes en stock disponibles. Your website says that items in stock are delivered in 48 hours. Entregados, se entregan, ¿lo ves? La importancia de la pasiva otra vez. Formal language, formal, lenguaje formal, pasivas. Items in stock are delivered in 48 hours. Then we start saying the reason why you are writing. Go on. B. 2 weeks passed and nothing arrived. However, comma, then it is a linking word, a contrast. I noticed that payment had been taken from my credit card. I phoned your customer service line and the person that I spoke to, Becky, was rude and unhelpful. She said that the item was not in stock and that she didn't know when it would arrive. She could not explain why the money had been taken from my card. Then, now, the last is a kind of compensation, asking for compensation. Be polite, flattery, vocabulary, decir que toda la vida has comprado allí, estás muy contenta, pero quieres una compensación. I have bought many things from you over the years, both from your London shop and your website, and I have always had good service. I can only imagine that this is a departure from your usual high standard. A esto les encanta a las empresas. ¿Ah? Es un desvío de tu manera genial de actuar, de tu política de empresa. Se ha desviado un poco por algún problema, no es que seas así, entonces les encanta. This is a departure from your usual high standards, and I am sure you will be able to resolve the situation in a satisfactory way. Vale, entonces pedimos de manera formal, ¿cómo lo hacemos siempre? I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to más gerundio. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely. ¿Por qué aquí termino diciendo yours sincerely? Porque sé a quién va dirigido. Cuando sé a quién va dirigido, Dear Miss Adams, terminábamos con yours sincerely y ponemos el nombre y el apellido aquí, Chris Mason, ¿vale? Si no supiera, empezaría Dear Sir or Madam y terminaría yours faithfully. Pero como sí que sé, sería Dear Miss Adams, termino en yours sincerely. Then, did you do it well? ¿Cómo fue ver? Of course, claro que sí. Now it's time for my explanation because you are going to write a similar complaint letter or email, I don't mind. But please do it fortnight, 15 days, because I'm full of writings to correct. Then paragraphs and information. So, it says, read email of complaint. Then answer the questions. 1. Who is Chris Mason complaining to? ¿A quién se está dirigiéndose para quejarse? Sandra Adams, the head of department. 2. What item is he complaining about and why? A coffee machine. He is complaining about a coffee machine because he ordered it and it still hasn't arrived yet, but payment has been taken from the credit card. La cafetera no ha arribat, però sí que han pogut cobrar-se diners. 3. Who did he contact first? ¿Con quién contactan? The customer service line. ¿Vale? El servicio atención al cliente. What problem did he have when he phoned to complain? ¿Y qué le pasó? The person he spoke to was rude and unhelpful. Molt maleducat va ser. And couldn't give him any information. No le dio ninguna información. Then, this is what we have to take into account when we want to write a complaint email or a complaint letter. Es lo que tenemos que saber. ¿Qué nos ha pasado? ¿Cuándo? ¿Y qué queremos? So, this is match paragraph A, B or Z in the email to what they say. ¿Qué información tengo que incluir en cada párrafo? It starts with paragraph A. We need an introduction that gives the context of the problem. You need to put into context what the problem is. B. Paragraph B. A detailed explanation of the problem. Vamos a explicar en detalle qué ha pasado. And the last one, paragraph C, something positive of the company. Es decir que si es contento, siempre ha sido un servicio estupendo, pero que no saben por qué, suponen que flattering. And that you expect them to do something, que esperas que hagan. Compensation, a refund, whatever. Entonces, eso sería más o menos lo que tenéis que seguir, el esquema que tenéis que seguir cuando escribáis un letter of complaint. But are we going to finish with this? Not, of course. Nada acabar así, no. Voy a ampliar y a explicar y vos enviaré más información. Well, layout. Then the layout of this level says paragraph A, write introduction. Paragraph B, explain in details about the problems. And paragraph C, something good about the company and what you expect them to do. This is what this book, the layout of this sample. But here you have other ways of doing. Complaint letter but complaint formal letter. Esto no es un email, esto es una carta. Then, greetings. ¿Cómo empezamos? Well, you can know the person you address to. Podemos saber a quién nos dirigimos. Dear Mr. or Mrs. or Miss Smith, coma. Or if we don't know, no sabemos, no tenemos información, Dear Sir or Madam, and a comma. How do we introduce? No contractions. It's prohibited. Empezaremos. I am writing. Vale. ¿Cuál es my purpose? I am writing now. Estoy escribiendo ahora para qué? To complain about, in connection with, to complain about a coffee machine that I asked but it didn't arrive, or to express my dissatisfaction with, or to draw your attention to. This is a good way, or another way. I have to say that I was not all satisfied with the meal I had at your restaurant, for example. Or I'm sorry to say that I was extremely disappointed with, and you have to say what the problem is. Well, the main part can have 2 or 3 paragraphs, we don't know, depending on the information you have. Then this paragraph, what was the problem? Although you advertised top quality, I felt that the product I received was, well, below the standard I expected. Then you are not happy with the quality, or the goods, las mercancías, los productos, are faulty, defectuosos, damaged, dañados, in poor condition. Another reason, there seems to be an error in the invoice, en la factura, or a misunderstanding. Example paragraph. Our order dated 16th of September clearly stated that we wanted 1,000 t-shirts. However, we only received 800. Furthermore, we asked you to print our company logo in the top left corner of the shirts, and you have printed in the center. To make matters worse, me encanta esta frase. Para empeorar las cosas, ¿vale? Lo peor aún, your staff were very unhelpful when I called. Above all, no one took responsibility to sort out the problem. I was simply passed from person to person. In addition, after 30 minutes, I gave up in frustration and ended the call. Focus on, however, furthermore, to make matters worse, however, in addition, very important, as always, linking words. Muy importante los conectores, ¿no? Organizamos los párrafos. Then we have the introduction, we have 2 or 3 paragraphs to tell what's the problem, and now we request for action. Pedimos una acción. We are writing, no? Then, how can we request for action? For example, I would like you to investigate this matter and let me know your decision, or I would like a full or partial refund as soon as possible. Could you please, very formal, I would like, could you please, arrange for me to receive a new radio or a new CD, or refund my money in full? Or we must insist on an immediate replacement or in an immediate full refund. Another possible statement, unless I receive the goods by the end of this week, I will have no choice but to cancel my order. This is not so polite. Then we introduce, we have 2 or 3 paragraphs of explanation, we request for an action, and we need to conclude. I hope that this matter can be resolved, or I hope that you will deal with this matter promptly, or I believe that I'm entitled to a replacement or refund. I demand a full refund or replacement. I hope that I will not be forced to take further actions. Then this is the conclusion. This is the conclusion, and we need to end. Yours faithfully. When the letter starts with sir or madam, then you don't know the person you are writing to, or you end with yours sincerely when the letter starts with dear or sir or madam. I love this complaint formal letter. Don't worry, because I'm going to send it by mail. Then you can take it and you can have it. Now, here you have complaint letters, opening lines, quiz exercises. Enter the word you think is correct in the box and click check to check your answers. Now, what did I do? I send you 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. I send you a piece of a sheet, yeah, with 10 sentences. You have to pause the video and you should fill in the gaps with one word. For example, I am writing, this is how do we start a letter, what's the purpose of the letter. Then you need to think about what's the correct answer, what's the correct words. Then, for example, how will you fill in these gaps? I am writing to about the accommodation provided to my family. Well, it's about, then you need, I am writing to complain about the accommodation provided to my family. Then I'm going to read it aloud. Then I would like you to go, I'm going to read, and now let's complete. How would you fill in the gaps? Pause the video, please, and do it at home. So, 1. I am writing to about accommodation provided to my family. Number 2, I wish to make a complaint. One of your members of staff, Miss Rebecca Lane. 3. I wish to express with the catering arrangements your company provided for our annual dinner. 4. I am writing to complain, a preposition, the unacceptable levels of noise coming from your premises at whatever. 5. I wish to make about the way in which my order was handled. 6. I am writing to my dissatisfaction with the transport arrangements your company arranged for us on Tuesday, for example, the 22nd. 7. I am writing to you the air conditioning system you installed at our premise in Montauk last November. Number 8. I am writing connection with our order for tuna, which is now 6 weeks overdue. 9. Our telephone conversation this morning. I am writing to complain about I don't know why when I change. Now. Number 9 or number 10, I am writing to your attention to the inconvenience caused by vehicles entering and leaving your premises late at night. What do you have to do? You have this sheet, this task in front of you because I sent it by mail. Then, please take into account the layout I have explained this layout, pause the video, yeah, and please fill in the gaps, because we are going to correct after your pausing. Do it. Well, and now let's correct. So, number 1, I am writing to, I need a verb, complain about the accommodation provided to my family. Then I am writing to complain about. 2, I wish to make a complaint about, here I need the preposition about, one of your members of staff, Miss Rebecca. Number 3, I wish to express my dissatisfaction, I need a noun, I wish to express my dissatisfaction with the catering arrangement your company provided for our annual dinner. Number 4, I'm writing to complain about, I need the verb, I need the preposition about, I am writing to complain about the unacceptable levels of noise. Number 5, I wish to make a complaint, a noun, un nome ahí, I wish to make a complaint, and the verb is make, make a complaint about the way in which my order was handled, then a complaint. Number 5, I am writing to a verb, express. I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction with the transport arrangement. Number 7, I am writing to you concerning, por lo que atañe, respecto, concerning the air conditioning system, and concerning, and you say the problem. I am writing in connection with our order. I am writing in connection with. Number 9, following our telephone conversation this morning, I am writing to complain about, following, después de la conversación, following. And number 10, I am writing to draw your attention. Draw someone's attention es para llamar la atención, ¿no? Para decirle que draw your attention, enfatizarle o llamar su atención. I am writing to draw your attention. Very important sentence. I am writing to draw your attention. Then I will send you these exercises because I think it's very important for you to learn and learn by heart and use it every time you need to write a complaint letter or a complaint email. The second task you have to do is the following one. I send you, fill in the gaps of this sample complaint letter. Yeah. You have alternative, assured, circumstances, connection, consequently, convenience, faithfully, hearing, inform, misleading, raised, refund, situated, therefore. I'm going to read this formal letter, complaint letter, with the gaps, and you take this piece of paper or this task I send you by mail, and as I'm reading, try to fill in the gaps using one of these words in each gap. Ready? Yeah. Dear Sir, Madam, I am writing in with the hotel accommodation at the Star Heights Hotel, Cebu City, Philippines, which I booked through your Queen's Road office on the 3rd of January. I regret to you that information given by your sales assistant, Mr. Terence Chan, was completely, I need an adjective. I was particularly concerned that the hotel should be in a quiet location and close to a beach, as we have small children who cannot walk long distances. When I this point with Mr. Chan, he told me that the hotel was in private gardens and was very close to the beach. I was extremely disappointed to find that the hotel was in fact next to a busy motorway and the beach was nearly 3 miles away. I also asked Mr. Chan whether there was a swimming pool, and me, that there was. In fact, he was particularly certain about this point, as he claimed to have stayed at the hotel himself the previous year. You might imagine my feelings to find that the swimming pool was in a state of disrepair and, according to the hotel staff, had been in this condition for the past 3 years. We were unable to swim at all during our stay at the hotel, while the constant noise from the motorway made sleep at night difficult. In fact, we were eventually forced to find accommodation elsewhere at considerable expense. Indeed, I think that it would be appropriate for you to the cost of the hotel accommodation for. I look forward to from you at your earliest. Yours, so please pause the video, do it on your own, and after you do it at home, we are going to correct. Yeah, you did it, so let's do it. Let's correct. Dear Sir, Madam, I am writing in connection with the hotel accommodation. I regret to inform you that the information given was completely misleading, engañosa, was completely misleading. I was particularly concerned that the hotel should be in a quiet location. Well, when I raised this point, cuando llegamos a este punto, a comentar este punto, he told me that the hotel was situated in private gardens. I was extremely disappointed, therefore, consecuencia, to find that the hotel was in fact next to a busy motorway and the beach was nearly 3 miles away. I also asked Mr. Chang whether there was a swimming pool and he assured es aseguró, me garantizó, me aseguró that there was. Consequently, we were unable to swim at all during our stay at the hotel. In fact, we were eventually forced to find alternative accommodation, otro lugar donde quedarse a dormir, alternative accommodation. In the circumstances, I think that it would be appropriate for you to refund, of course, the cost of the hotel accommodation for. I look forward to hearing, always with a gerund, I look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience, cuanto antes. Yours faithfully. faithfully because, okay, we don't know the person we addressed to. And this could be, yeah, the answers or the correction. I will send you the correction by mail, then you can take it better. Then it was connection, inform, misleading, waste, situated, therefore, assured, consequently, alternative, circumstances, refund, hearing, convenience, and faithful. And after practicing, I'm going to ask you write a complaint, email, or letter. This is a model. This is a model. Then imagine this is a task for your exam. Then you bought a TV a week ago, but when you got home, you discovered it didn't work properly. You call customer service to report the problem, but you have not yet received any help. Write a letter to the company, and in your letter, these are the 3 bullet points, the 3 tasks they want you to write them. Introduce yourself, explain the problem, and state what action you would like from the company. Then when you have 3 tasks, this is a model. It's a model of a letter. Then you have the introduction, then what's your purpose, the introduction, explanation, and what do you want. Then this person has completed the task. Then this is. Then I'll send you by mail, yeah, that this task is well done. It's a task, it's a model task, very good. Then introduce yourself, dear sir, madam. Then if it's dear sir, madam, it must be end up by yours faithfully. Let's say yours faithfully. Yeah. Then I am writing this letter to report the faulty TV that I purchased from your company on Tuesday last week. Look, purchased. No dice bought, el pasado de buy, es purchased. ¿Por qué? A higher level, porque es más vocabulario, más nivel de vocabulario. Now, introduce yourself. My name is John Davidson, and I am one of your frequent customers. I live in Woodstock, and I have been using your services and buying your products for the last 11 years. Have been using and buying, emphasizing present perfect continuous. What happened? What's the problem? On Tuesday, the 12th of June, I visited your store to purchase a TV. I bought a Toshiba, which has a code. On purchasing this TV, I was assured that this was the latest model and the best. However, when I got home, I discovered that not only did the remote controls not work, but also the quality of the picture was not as good as promised. In fact, it was quite blurry. I called your customer service department immediately on Tuesday, and they assured me that my TV would be replaced or fixed within 2 days. I am disappointed to say that this has not happened, and I have received no communication since then. I'm exceedingly displeased with both the quality of the product I purchased from your company as well as the poor service I have received since. I hope this problem will be resolved promptly. I expect to receive a replacement TV or have my current TV repaired, but only if it could be fixed within a day. I look forward to hearing back from you immediately. Yours faithfully. So, this was the example. And now it's your turn. Now is your turn. You have the verbs, you have the noun, you have the vocabulary. you have the layout, you have all the ingredients to start to make a cake. What's going to be your cake? Write to me a formal complaint letter or complaint email. I'll send you all the material you need, all the layout, the samples, the task we did today at class, and you can do the task that is explained in your book. You can write a complaint letter, the same task that is explained in your book. Please don't send me the complaint letter until the following week, because I have loads of writing compositions from Easter to correct. Then think about 15 days maximum, yeah, and then get ready for the complaint. The complaint letter is more a B2 level writing composition, more a B2, but we never know. Then it's a very good way to learn how to complain in our society. Then you have everything. You are going to have all these things by May. So we finish here. Take care, have a nice weekend, and see you next Tuesday. Bye bye.